Yes, Ashvin, go ahead with your question.
I have to repeat my question.
Yeah, you have to repeat.
So, question I ask Vilasji, how the miss one person, or suppose Ario or Bobby or me, how Vilasji look at that as a Shrotapanna or as Anāgami, and after becoming Arihant, how he will see us as a differently. So I asked this question keeping in mind too. He should think on the when he become Aryan how he will treat us. So I just want to understand how the asavas or whatever the things will change for him also, and how we should be look at to the particular person who has the knowledge. That's what is my question is.
Nice.
So, first things first. What is Putujana? We'll start from there better. Somebody, if he is on Dhamma, how does he look at Putujana? If somebody is an Anāgami or an Arahat, we'll take two, we'll not take the remaining.
Yeah.
How he would see a Putujana as an Arahat. He is a Putujana and is making a lot of plans. So that Arahat will be smiling over this Putujana because he's like a baby, child, and he's acting like a child. What we do with a child? Will you shout at him? Not ignore.
Allowing him to do.
You will allow him to finish. You will allow him to say whatever he wants to say. You are not judging anything, speaking anything, commenting anything, doing anything. Like a child comes to you, Ashwin. In fact, you have a son. So when he was few years old, or Aryu has a son, Bobby has two children. Okay. When they were young, as 1 year old, what will you do? Will you hit that person? He throws something at you. Or he will cry. Or she will cry. They'll do tantrums. They will do something. What would you do? Would you give them Dhamma? Do you try to say, hey, you know what? Anicca vata sankhara upadavaya dhammino, like that? No. You will try to pacify that child. Okay, that's a Putujana. Now, if that Putujana is come there asking for something, I am in pain. Pain not in physical pain, mental pain. Let's say father, mother, brother, sister, or wife, children, whatever, or he lost his job, or maybe accident, or whatever, some unforeseen bad thing. He comes to an Arhat asking him what I should do, why this happened to me. Just like my friend who lost his son, and his wife asked me, why me? What we had done. So that's a good starting point for Dhamma. So what I should do? What I did, I packed my bags, left by the next flight, not worrying about how much is the cost of the ticket. It was the most expensive flight ticket. So I went, stayed there for more than 2 weeks, helping them to come out of their sorrow. That's what an Anāgami or an Arahat would have done. Right? That's the best thing. So that's a Putujana. What if an Arahat or an Anāgami meets a Sotapanna? He is no lesser than a Putujana, but a better Putujana. we can say a school going person than a toddler. But he's still a school going person. So he will do mistake, he will argue, he will. So you should, or I should, or that Arhat should have patience in explaining the Dhamma to that Sotapanna. He might not even know he's a Sotapanna. So he has to give him more and more details, which is a pain actually. There's no need. Like in the case of Bobby, I've given him so many documents for him to find out he's a Sotapanna. But then he might disagree, or he might have doubt, or he might feel this is not so easy, or he might talk to Sajal and trying to convince him he is already a Sotapanna. So he might do many other things like that. Or you might also do, or you might do. Why? Because he's still a child. A Sotapanna is still a child. And that's the reason I say it is an apprentice, a junior apprentice. Because he's on the job, he doesn't know what to do. So for every step, he'll ask question. So the supervisor has to keep on patiently explaining, even though he had explained yesterday, exact steps. Again, he has to explain. Otherwise, that supervisor is equivalent to this person now. So what's the point in calling him as a senior apprentice, Anāgami, and a manager as Arahat? So if this junior apprentice goes to the manager, uh, what we can say, office or a cabin, the manager cannot shout at him because he knows he's a junior apprentice. He's on a probation. He should talk to him nicely, encourage him, flare him up, rouse his energy, rather than depressing him. You stupid fellow, you don't even understand. I've told you so many number of times. And the next time that junior apprentice will never come to the manager cabin. He'll feel that let me not go and meet him at all. So the apprentice or the junior apprentice might not be might be following all the rules. The 5 precepts are the rules of the factory or of the office, and is perfectly following it. And he has faith in that office. Right? There's no problem with faith. But he doesn't have wisdom. And he doesn't have mindfulness. And he has a lot of energy. He puts in energy. But he doesn't have samadhi, a proper mindful way of looking at things. So what he should do, what a manager should do, if a Arahat is a manager, he, let us say, he delegated it to apprentice, senior apprentice, which is Anāgami. He says that, look, I'm busy, why don't you talk to that person? The senior apprentice cannot shout at him either. He can reprimand. Hey, how many times I've told you this is not the way to keep it? And have patience and keep on explaining the same thing again and again and again in different ways till he gets it. So worldly also is the same, right? You are being made as a manager because you have seen for yourself how that equipment works, how that technology works, how the people work. And you're paid more for that reason because you can handle many of these apprentices or junior apprentice. Let's call them as, instead of calling them as apprentice, as a trainees. It is a trainee. And call them trainee as inductee, just been inducted, or whatever name that can be given. So in our kind of industry, software industry, we can call them as junior developers or just a developer. So if we call somebody as a developer and somebody is a development manager and somebody is a team lead, the team lead job is to develop the team. He can't get upset. If the person writing code is writing in a very bad way, he should coach him. He doesn't know. So who will be pulled up? The manager will be pulled up. Say that how have you developed him? I can say, look, I delegated it to this fellow. He's an idiot. Yes, you are a double idiot because you only selected him, right? You delegated to whom? Whom you believed is good. That's how it works. This also works the same. So a Sotapanna is as good as a Putujana, only difference being he will not break precepts. And he has a conceptual breakthrough of the Dhamma. Conceptual means he understands it for himself, and hence he has Saddha, which is faith in Buddha Dhamma Sangha. And then he is trying to get an experience. If that is true, then he is a Saddhanusari and Dhammanusari. If he's already got that experiential knowledge, then he is a Sotapanna. That means below the junior apprentice is a management trainee, let's say. He's still not been inducted, but he's been given an opportunity. Let's say somebody completes their college and they join the organization for 1 year project work. So the company has taken him for 1 year project work, and he every day comes. He's not yet been inducted into the organization, but he shows good progress. So what does the company do? They offer him the job of a junior apprentice. That's Sotapanna. So if he is a manager, he is an Arahat. If he's a team lead, an Anāgami. So they give it to the team lead because he is leading the team. Team of what? Team of apprentice. Otherwise, that person is not an Anāgami, is not fit to be on that role. Now my question will come that why he can't be in that role. Hey Shenial.
Hey, Velasi.
Yeah. So why he can't be in that role? He can be in that role. He can be in that role provided he meets that roles and responsibility. So if somebody is put under Sotapanna, it means that he is a junior apprentice. They have put few guys under him to coach. What will he coach? He will coach him only to be religious. Of what? Of what is Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, and Sila. And he will get upset if somebody breaks the Sila. So he'll come running to the team lead, saying that this person, he did like this. Then the team lead says, hey, relax. Why are you so upset? He's spoiling the company's name. Hold on. He's not even a inducted person. He's not even into it. He's still learning. You have learned little bit, right? The reason why I have put you there is to teach them how to do it. So you can't become a senior apprentice yourself because you are just a junior apprentice. You are not even an apprentice for that matter. So let's take this example. Some team members have come from some college on project work. And this is on, let's say, Python. or in C++ or whatever. Now, let's say we are doing an AI based, generative AI. Now, what's going to happen? The manager has delegated it to the team lead, and team lead has delegated it to the junior developers to develop these college people, because anyway we have resources. You give them project work so that they will learn Python, they will learn how to code in Python and create generative AI. Okay, very good. Now this guy gets upset every now and then. The team lead pulls him up, saying that, hey, why are you getting upset? We are there, don't worry. I'm asking you to train him on Python. I never asked you to train him on organization. You understand what I'm saying? So then that team lead explains, and that person is supposed to follow. Now, it so happens the Sotapanna is the person, junior developer. And these Saddhanusari, Dhammanusari are, they just came and they're feeling very happy that they have joined in that organization. Right? Now they're very excited. So the first job what this junior developer has to do is to cut their excitement, because excitement brings in restlessness. They have to make them get into saddha, faith, not excitement, faith. The first thing he's going to teach him how you're going to be moral. That's it, nothing more. Hey, break the precept, I'll break you. You break your head. No precept. 5 precepts you're not going to break. Yes, sir. That means I put a framework of coding. You can't code anything different. You have to go within that. And I put, uh, I put for the code checking, I have put some algorithm in place or some tool in place. It will find out which line, what you have done. You can play within that. Okay. So he keeps on monitoring. But if he over monitors, the person will go away, because he has faith, but he doesn't have any other faculty working. He has only energy and faith. That's all. So you ask this person, he will sit for hours together. But he doesn't have anything else. He doesn't have sati. He doesn't have samadhi. He doesn't have panya. These three are not there. So from a puttujana, which is a normal worldling like a child, these people have joined into this organization because the college wanted some project work to be done. So then they took an interview and then they found to be good. So they have been given a project work for 1 year. Okay. And the new technology is AI today, generative AI. Okay. Join. Machine learning. So he's doing it. Now, on AI, if I add industrial automation, it becomes AIIA, the one which I'm working. So now, if I'm doing industrial automation using AI, that is, if I click like this, the lights will go away. If I click like this, light will come. Then it will dim, it will dip, it will look at the electricity cost and how much saving and all of that. Then what I'm supposed to do? I'm supposed to teach as a junior developer, not this. That's algorithmic based. But how to understand the language? So the Buddha language, he has to explain. This is the language of the Buddha, not this. That is panya. He doesn't have. I need to only give him saddha, faith. Meaning, if you do this, the light will get on. If you do like that, light will go off. Hey Siri, that's AI. So that I don't have to teach these fellows now. Right now, they need to know machine language. That means how to use intelligence on machines using human like interpretations. So it should seem as though it is feeling something. The machine doesn't feel, but I'm giving a structure that it looks like it's feeling. If I do that, I don't have to do entire thing because that's the team lead function. So now I'm just giving some modules for this person to work with and I'm checking. So the sealer is the main focus for Dhammanusari and Saddhanusari. And the sila completion is Sotapanna. Will not break any precept. Now, not only that, he has a experiential knowledge of the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. That means he has penetrated one or more of the Buddha concept. Can be any concept, can be anicca, dukkha, anatta as a lakhana, or it can be five aggregates, it can be ayatana, it can be how things work, how they break, or whatever it is, and etc. etc. So, if that person were to demonstrate to the team lead that he knows this, so the team lead can then say, hey, you know what? From today, we can take you as a developer. Congratulations. Why? He's demonstrated it. Now, the question is going to be asked by the developer saying that, okay, what's next? What do you mean, what's next? You keep working, you'll become senior developer. Then you keep working, then you become maybe an architect or a team lead or tech lead, whatever it is called as. Yeah, there is a path. So the first path is coming into the organization, and the second path is demonstrating you have the ability. The third path, the third step is to demonstrate that you have indeed passed that. The fourth step is to get a commitment that you have indeed done in the eyes of others, and you keep on going. What if I myself have a doubt now? Now that nobody can help it. The team lead comes and says to the junior developer, hey, how you're doing is pretty good. Actually, I don't think so. What do you mean you don't think so? Oh, it's not so easy to become a developer. Hey, I am telling you, you have passed the necessary condition for developer. I don't think so. It is so simple. Okay, your choice. Now, what is that senior developer, sorry, the team lead supposed to do or tech lead supposed to do? Just forget it. What you can do? He's having doubt. Now, this is how the whole structure works. Doubt creates worries, kukucha. Worries create restlessness, udacha. Then these three bad things make one to get into vyapada, which is agitation, irritation, frustration, all of that. And that removes the energy, virya, which means you get into sloth and torpor. Now, this person has never experienced anything called a jhana. So, the only respite for that person is sensuality back again. Nothing else he can do because he has not seen anything better than sensuality. This is a danger for Dhammanusari and Saddhanusari and Sotapanna if they continue to hold on to the doubt. How and why? As soon as you join, didn't we tell you what you should do? Yes. Did the manager not tell you that you have done it? Yes. But I don't believe I have done it. What to do? Nothing in this world can make them change. That's a that's the max what anybody can do. He can coach that manager or the team lead. Let's say even Arhat were to be called as a manager, and the team lead is an Anāgami. They both were to sit with these people and coach, saying that, hey, boss, listen. And this thing's not that easy. AI ML is not that easy. I don't know what to tell you. It's working. The piece of code is working. I don't think so. It's easy. I have no answer. So if Ashvin were to ask me, or if Bobby were to ask me, or anybody sitting here were to ask me, am I a Sotapanna? I can only say what is the quality of a Sotapanna and how you meet that criteria, rather than saying that I'll give you a certificate of recognition that you're Sotapanna. Even if I were to give you a certificate of Sotapanna, will you accept it? And that's your own problem now, because 5 hindrances will keep on coming. The first thing is to do is to remove the 5 hindrances. In anything you do, whether it's jhana or this or that or whatever it is, more the restlessness, the more the worries. The more the worry, the more the restlessness. And the worst part of kukucha, it's going to make you feel guilty all the time. So what the person does, he keeps on seeking. He feels he didn't have enough. Keeps seeking, keeps getting restless. That's it. Now what anybody can do? That's the danger. So then what I should do? Okay, you believe in a Kalyan Mitra, right? Or you have faith in a Kalyan Mitra? First you would ask this question to yourself. Do you have faith in Kalyan Mitra, or you don't have faith in Kalyan Mitra? Or number one, do you yourself have faith that this person is at least a Sotapanna? Meaning, at least he is a developer as per you. If you think he's a developer, better rely on his judgment. If that's not true, then nothing can be done. What can be done? You tell me. So, how would a team lead or a manager look at a Sotapanna? Is by this. He's been given assignment, he has developed it, it's working, it's brilliant. Yeah, there are flaws, but to the extent it is expected to work, it's working. Very happy. Welcome on board. And in the interview, at the end, this developer says, I don't think so, I am worth it. I don't think so, I deserve it. He's back into doubt. Doubt creates restlessness. Before that, worry comes, and that creates frustration. And then sloth and torpor. Then back to Kamachandra. Now, these 5 hindrances, an Anāgami cannot remove out of anyone at all. Meaning, he can only show you have this, but he himself cannot sit and remove for that person. It's just like saying that, hey, you know what, I'll give you this module, you code it, you test it, you deploy it, and then let it work. No, that's not his job. He can do a code review. Instead of a manual code review, he can use Copilot. or he can use some other tool and he can show this is what is working, this is your code, this is your code, number of errors, only warnings are there are no errors. Perfect. Can be deployed. Go ahead and deploy it on the main branch. And he says no. So what he can do, and that's the life of a Sotapanna. Okay. This we can use it for any industry example. Becomes more interesting. I took software because I'm from that, but can use automobile or anything. Now let's take somebody has moved from Sotapanna, is going into Sakadagami. So from a developer standpoint, the way he was doing, the way he was approaching the problem has changed. He's seeing from many layers and many ways of working. So his algorithm is becoming much better. It looks so nice. Oh my goodness, how much he can think on this. A normal algorithm versus this kind of algorithm. Let's take a car, the sensor of the car, since I worked with Bosch. So this is a nice thing. You have signals. So the signal requires what? It requires some kind of connectivity between two things. So I create an operating system, a firmware, where I write a piece of code on the chip on C or C++ and saying that this is how it works. So the chip, when I insert and I register, it should show the seat bag, the seat belt, and then those are the indicators. So when I bring the buckle near that metal thing, it should light up. It should say yes or no. So when it clips, even before it clips, it shouldn't show green because it's not clipped. The moment it clips, it should show green. So on my Boolean argument, I'm giving Boolean values 0 and 1. So 1 representing false and 0 representing true. Then what happens? That when I click it on the dashboard, that alarm should go. So I create a small panel, electronic panel. So when I insert, it shows up. When let's say I am working on Mercedes E-Class, so if I were to rub on the seat, there are sensors. So it will make the seat go up and go down. That sensor is electrical, basically circuitry. So it should give the circuit and stop the circuit. So that again has to come on the dashboard. So we keep on showing a dashboard. So now, since I worked with passive safety, active safety is the airbags and passive safety is this thing. So now, if I take that example, how we really look at it. Now, this particular developer has written on multiple scenarios. That means that works on Mercedes, it works, that is, Daimler is the company. It works on that. Volkswagen, Mahindra, and many other car major, even though the prototype is not given, meaning that car manufacturers or OEM, they have not given what class of the car they're going to bring. But this person has thought much beyond and then said that how these airbags are going to get inflated at what condition. So let's say Sweden with ice, Canada with little bit of floating ice. Then if it has to be tested in Arctic region or Antarctic region and all that, and then tropical region and desert and all that. So these are the scenarios. On these scenarios, we have to write an algorithm. This person has written far better algorithm. So what I should give him as a team lead, I should say that, hey, you're promoted because brilliant. How did you get at this? And he can have a patent, basically. So it's nice. So is he a Sakadagami? Yes, he is, beyond doubt. So what did he remove? He reduced the Kamachanda, he reduced the Vyapada. That means out of 5 hindrances, 2 hindrances are so less And of the 5 fetters, the 2 fetters have dropped almost. So the first 3 fetters are gone, Sotapanna. The other 2 fetters are reduced. So should he go and ask someone, am I a Sakadagami? Quite clear. What do you mean, am I a Sakadagami? So how would a manager look at a Sakadagami? He will not ask him any questions. He will not teach him anything either. He'll just tell him, hey, you are working on karma, reduce it. You're getting irritated, reduce it. Why are you getting irritated? Oh, sorry, sir. Please remember. So even in a huge discussions where the deadline is there and you should deliver and day and night you're working and all of that, and next few days is the launch of this technology, the new technology is coming, or a new dashboard on the car, and the OEMs are asking that it should be delivered on Monday morning, and they want to test it on their car on Monday. Let's say in Germany, like if you take Bosch itself, Stuttgart, so it should reach Stuttgart from Bangalore before the previous day, which is Friday. So this person sits day and night and delivers without any error in code, and he sends it to Stuttgart. It's implemented. It's working. So they congratulate him for doing it because they ship it to Daimler, which is Mercedes, and is implemented without a flaw. So they drive at 80 kilometers per hour and brake, and the airbags oozes out. So crash site, this car is crashing. It crashes, goes up. So the height is taken how much it should be. Before this happens, the airbags comes up, showing that um, a humanoid, what has been kept inside, is completely safe, and the steering wheel is not broken. Done. Test passed. So he is a Sakadagami by that documentation. By now, the difference between a Sotapanna and a Sakadagami is by now, this person will not have doubt, Visikicha, he will not have Pukucha, he will not have Hinamida, he will have Vyapada, he will have Kamachanda, he will have Udacha. These three will continue. Now we go to the third one, the team lead. He, anyway, all of these are not there. The other two also not there, Kamachanda and Vyapada. That means what is left? Hinamida, Ukucha. Sorry, Hinamida and Udacha. By the time he finishes his Anāgami completion, the Thinamida is gone. Only left is Udacha, restlessness. So out of 5 hindrances, an Anāgami has only 1 hindrance to become a manager. That's it. So how does a Anāgami now look at these poor guys? Now he doesn't have 4 of the 5 things. He doesn't have doubt. So he can't be doubtful at these people. So he'll start to use compassion. Out of compassion, he keeps on saying, hey, you will do it. And those guys will say, I don't think so. So he gets frustrated. The frustration is on why they are not able to get it, or what he has to now talk to get it. Okay. That's the first thing. Second, if he had doubt, it was good actually, but he doesn't have doubt. He doesn't have this abhijja and vyapada. That is good actually in some ways, but he doesn't have. Why good in some ways? At least he can say that, look at him and look at you. Here, there's no comparison. So in my case, I don't have comparison. I can't compare. It's been 12 years. I have no idea what to compare with what. The first thing I left after quitting job is comparison. I don't know what to compare. I don't have competition. I don't compete with anything or anyone. Those two are gone. If you ask me, how would I deal with anyone? There's nothing to compare except that I can say, I think you can do it this way. So if you ask me, compare me with Bobby, it becomes tough. Or you compare me with Ariu, I don't know what to compare and say. So that will not be there. Just for the sake of it, I can say that, okay, Ariu does this way, Bobby does this way, or Shaniel does that way, or Veena does this way, whatever I have seen. But I might be wrong because I'm still not a manager to get a holistic picture of everything. So I am not as good as a manager, but I am moving towards a manager level. So that creates frustration because I want to help, but I can't help as much as a manager would be able to do that. Right. So basically, out of four, five, only one left. The only thing that happens in me is restlessness. What else can happen? It becomes overwhelming and makes me feel restless. Restless to do what? To get some information. Like Bobby asked, show me where the Sotapanna is or what that is, and then I'll go, okay, wait, let me get it for him. The other day he called up saying, Vilasji, what did you say? Yamki, that other one, you said, iti masmim satidam hoti, where in the sutta it is. And then he sent, even before I was sending him, he sent one sutta which doesn't talk about that. Then I had to send him many suttas where it says that. And then what did I hear from Bobby? Thank you, Vilasji. What else can I expect out of him? Nothing. But that restlessness. If I was a manager, what I would have done? I would have just called him. How many times have I not told you that this is the formula? Why don't you research it yourself? Or give me 2 days' time, I'll give it to you. Why 2 days? It could have been done in a day. No. Why? You do your job. So the difference between a team lead and a manager is the team lead goes to the team level. He's not supposed to do that. It becomes babysitting. A manager is not supposed to do a team lead job, right? He's supposed to distance and just offer advice. If he is doing a team lead function, then the team lead is doing a developer function, and developer is doing a junior developer function, and the junior developer start to do a college guy function, then what's the point? Like that. Because at Arahat, he doesn't have even restlessness. Okay, so he doesn't become restless. If he doesn't become restless, he will say, I think I will do it for you. Hold on, Bobby, I'll send it to you. And Bobby keeps on following. Vilas, you just told me that you're going to send it. Yeah, Bobby, give me a second. And I'm going to send it. Second went away, days went away, nothing is heard. And then he sends a complete thing. And then Bobby might feel, why is he acting like this? The reason why he's acting like that is he doesn't have restlessness. He's completely extinguished. So he doesn't feel anything. If Bobby were to say to that person, you're a dumb fellow, I think you became an idiot. Because he can't react. What is reaction? Reaction requires four variables. Number one variable, you should have doubt. What is he saying? Then the second variable, he should have a way of that irritation should come. So that will make him restless. And a third, he should feel anxiety. And the fourth one is suffering. What if the person has removed suffering from the root? Nothing. Like Bobby asked me, he didn't ask me, send it right now. But this team lead is one guy who wants, let him not waste a single moment, let him get it. This fellow searched and sent it. Why? Why this much of babysitting? That is going to block that team member in growing, because he always feels if I tell him, he will give it. He'll tell him, I'll give it. Well, then when will he work? So it blocks the team lead now. But the team lead is very happy. He feels I'm doing such a nice job. And then the manager will come and say, hey, why don't I speak to you? Can you come in? He feels he'll be congratulated for his work. Guess what? That manager gets upset, saying that, did I hire you for this reason? And he says, what did I do a mistake? Why are you babysitting? They have their roles to play. Just tell them what they should do. No, sir, that is inhuman. Don't teach me what is human and inhuman. Just do the job. Do you want to become manager? Yes, sir. Do you want to take my seat? Yes, sir. Then better say, do what I say you to do. Now what happens? There are 5 things which I have to break now. Number 1, he is so comfortable. He has to come out of his comfort zone. What is comfort? He has Rupa Raga, Arupa Raga. That is his comfort zone. And normal person is comfort where? In Kama, Kama Raga. Now he is moved into the next level, which is Rupa Raga, Rupa Raga. Kama, he is not interested because he knows that there is nothing there. So even if he were to be given a Mercedes Benz to drive, like Aryu had given me his BMW, didn't make any difference to me. And Bobby had given his Honda Civic. Okay, you want me to drive the car, I'll drive the car. Let's say when I meet Shaniel and he's going to give me his Mercedes, and it doesn't make any difference to me whether I drive Mercedes or drive this or that, because it's Kamachanda, it's gone. That doesn't mean that no Mercedes exists or BMW exists, but that excitement, wow, that is not there. Because there's no wow there. It's gone. But what about jhana? There is raga for that. So the manager will say, from today, you are not entering into any jhana. What? You want to be a manager? Yes. Then no jhana for you. Then what will I do for the whole day? Boss, watch the aggregates. Oh, watch what? That I've been doing. No, that's not the way to do it. You idiot, do this. Then it's a new learning. All this while I'm comfortable sitting wherever I'm sitting in the flight. Okay, 8 jhanas, 1 to 8. Aha. Idiot. So then what to do? Okay. Now, mana is there. Am I not having mana? Yes, there is mana. You might not notice. I have mana, not the worldly mana. The Dhamma mana is there. If that was not there, why would I get irritated at Goenkaji's way of recitation? I have mana. If somebody says I don't have mana, he has not seen me properly. I have mana. I don't have ati mana, but I have mana on Buddha Dhamma, that I know it. Why? Because I can enter into jhana at will, at any time. What more you require? I am not interested in any big houses and money and all that. It's fine. That is, but that also will mana will be there. But that mana is no mana because it doesn't bring anything. Let's say somebody comes and drops a very big car in front of me saying, the Vilas, this is for you. I would just use it and leave it. Or even if I were to buy it, let's say, doesn't matter. But some years ago, that would have mattered because I'm on Kamachanda. I would love it. So basically, if I see this mana has to be broken, Ruparaga, Aruparaga, mana, that Udacha, that has to go. When these four goes, then the Avidya goes. So a long journey. The only problem I have today, unfortunately, is I don't have a manager. You understand? Now, from the records, I am finding how a manager should be, and I'm writing it down. Okay. And that I'm going to carry along with me in Shaniel's house. Is that place looks good for me. And while he works on the 8 jhanas and Anāgami and all that, let me seriously work on this managerial stuff to let go of all the 5. It doesn't mean that I'm waiting for him and then I will do it there. If it can happen right now as I'm speaking, it's fine. If at all we don't meet again in Australia is also fine. That shouldn't do this. It's not not making connection like this. But if at all I were to go there, this is my plan. While I help him on other things, I'm going to use that opportunity at his home to do this. Because I need to come out of Ruparaga, Mana, and Udacha. I need to do that. Then I can work on Avijja. At present, I am not able to work on Avijja. Ignorance. I know where I am ignorant of also I know. But I am not able to approach it properly. So if I am writing and testing a piece of code, it is failing. And I don't have any co-pilot or this or that to test it and say that it is perfectly working without any flaw. And even I don't have a manager. So I'm stuck. If I had a manager, I would have submitted to him, oh, boss, tell me where all I'm going wrong. And I know where I'm going wrong also. I made notes also at this place I'm going wrong. Like after meeting Bobby and Sajal, I know where I'm going wrong. After I met Aryu and Chirag for that long, I know. So I changed that with Aryu, with Bobby and Sajal and Janak. So I'm also equally working, and you coming here has opened up many things for me, and other people coming in this week, this Friday onwards. So maybe by the time I reach Shaniel, it's like I would have had so many people coming over, and I'm meeting, getting frustrated for doing this, doing that. Since I'm also working it out, I'm getting more and more insights on what I should do. So even before I meet Shaniel, he would have reached a good level. Or even before I reach that place, I should have almost crossed over. That's what I'm trying to do. If I had a manager, Ashvin, I could have done far better. But anyway, I'm learning it out from the sutta. That's good. But it's a long drawn battle rather than a easy route, because the last step is very difficult. That last step, that means cutting four and dropping, is very difficult. And somebody she has to be there saying that you literally dropped it. Anyway, let's see whether Shenial's home is going to become a, a proper place, or even before that, or it would remain the same. I don't know. What's that? Lay, we would have gone before. Lay, I don't think so, because lay I've tried. Only I got all realms experience. Okay, so this time I'll see. So 2022, I couldn't do it. I thought it's going to happen when I went to Hanley. And let's see if we go to lay, then we do exactly the same thing in those monasteries. Getting into jhana is not an issue at all. In that place, I can do it far better. In fact, if we go to Bhutan and go to this one, Taksang monastery, beautiful. I had the best ever jhanic experience there. And the second monastery in Ladakh is Lamayuru, where we are going to go. What an energy system. Anyway, before I go to Australia next, I would have finished all of this. Let's see. So he had this question. Before we started on that, Ashvin had a nice question. So we just did that. On
That's
how
great.
will Anāgami treat other people, other like Sotapanna and all this.
Mm.
So I took a nice software example rather than going into these details, which makes at least we can correlate with our job, because he's also working, and then he knows how a manager will work and how a team lead and all of that.
Yeah, it's a good analogy. I guess there's a lot of software engineers here. So
Yeah,
it makes sense to us.
yeah. So basically, that's what I would do. And another thing we were discussing today, we were supposed to take Asi Visopama Sutta, but anyway, tomorrow we'll take that. That's a good sutta to work out on any level. Sotapanna, carry on. Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anāgami, Arahat, all the four, right? And then if you want to see, we'll take it up tomorrow about Asi Visopama Sutta. But I was telling Ashvin one thing which I can share with all of you, an insight rather. I was telling him, let's take today as the only day, because when you sleep over, you're gone. So if I were to say, whatever arises ceases, sunrise, sunset. So when the day arises, night is the next moment. That means you can see it is walking towards death. No matter where we are, what we are, etc. Doesn't matter. But it's going towards death. Whenever we sleep, doesn't matter. We slept for 2 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, 5 hours, doesn't matter. But the dissolution is certain whenever we sleep. So if we are going to go into dissolution, for sure, how can I measure dissolution? By breath. Through what? Through breath only. So should I not have sati of breath? Yes, because that is what is getting dissolved. So the death birth is nibbana, is in between two breaths is nibbana. There's a stop, pause, where nothing comes and nothing goes. Have you ever seen it? If you start seeing it, it increases and the breath starts to reduce. it gives you upasama, peace. So I was telling Ashvin, why don't I do this today, from today, starting today? So we went to the breakfast. It stuck me that unconditioned is happening in between. There is 2 stops. You take breath, stop, out breath, stop. In those 2 breaths, nothing arises, nothing ceases. So I would like to do that. If it happens, then it gets the Ruparaga, Aruparaga out. And the mana will automatically go. Restlessness will go away. What remains is avijja. So avijja asava is the only asava that is going to stay. Kama asava is not there. Bhava asava will go away with this aruparaga, ruparaga not being there. Mana udacha will not be there. So kama asava, bhava asava, dhitti asava anyway is gone. Last one, avijja asava. That's it. Asava khaya jnana. Can that work out? I think so. This was a good insight which came while walking. I told, yes, sir, you.
I guess the question, just like I guess a normal person will take the last breath and he leaves this world. And someone will become Arahat by taking the last breath.
Yes.
And then he will stop. He extinguished from there as the last breath, as that person.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So I was telling him, all these insights have started coming. It's good. So I was thanking, I'm thanking him. I'm thanking all of you for making that happen. So very much grateful to all of you. Because you are, in a way, making me progress. Not in a way, in a good way. All of the people whom I know. Very good. And much appreciated, and a sincere thanks. And this Friday, people are coming. They're going to stay for a full half month. And then the next month, people are coming. And then the next month, people are coming. So it's nice. So it's good. Good that way. That's it I had for today. Any questions? Shaniel, after this call, can we meet up for 2 minutes? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Any questions? Anyone? All good? So from Sotapanna onwards, or from Arahat onwards, Arahat is one person who will not have these 5. So the reactions are not at all there. Anāgami has some reaction, but without Kamachanda Vyapada. The Sakadagami has a reaction with little bit of Kamachanda Vyapada. The Sotapanna is one who is going to react minusing Sakkaya Ditti. He has all reaction. Meaning he has Kamachanda, he has Vyapada, he has Udacha, he has Kukkucha. He doesn't have Visikicha, no doubt. So 4 out of 5 are there in Sotapanna. 1 out of 5 is there in Anāgami. And none of the hindrances are there in Arahat. Simple. Does that make sense? So how to measure yourself? This is the way. Like in the case of Shaniel, I 100% know. that he is a Sakadagami. I have no doubts. If he has doubt, I don't know what to say, but I doubt whether he has that doubt. Okay. So if anybody would like to say, can I meet a Sakadagami? Here is one person. Not because I'm declaring and he's a Sakadagami, even if I don't say, he knows it. It's not that I have to certify. There's no need for my certification. He's not working for Microsoft or for Google or whatever to get certified. He knows he is. And anybody meeting him like Bobby or anyone who has met, know him to be a different person, for sure. And that is quite visible. You would know. So you don't have to ask anyone. You would know it for yourself. Buddha Dhamma is something where you don't require anybody's certification. It's self-revealing. If somebody has to certify, then there's a problem. So we know it. Now, can we say he is an Anāgami? Yes, he would be. He has to do something to get there. That's it. But he can be potential candidate for himself. For himself, not because I'm saying so. He can know for himself. So can there be a potentiality of becoming Arahat? Yes, there is. There's nothing to be feeling that, how can it be? What do you mean? Then it's not Buddha Dhamma. Or rather, it's not Dhamma at all. If it's going to take time, it's not Dhamma. This is one thing in the world, not Buddha Dhamma. A Dhamma is one thing in the world which has no time and space dimension. It's instantaneous. What does that mean? If I get upset, it's instantaneous. If I am happy, it's instantaneous. It doesn't take time. It doesn't say, okay, now you become upset and I'll give you the result tomorrow. No. Right in, right there. Restlessness. It gives you the result right there. You're not restless. You'll not have it. No matter whoever creates whatever for you, you will not get restless. And you know you are not restless. Why somebody should come and tell you you are not restless? You know it. It's just like somebody asking, are you hungry? And you say, I'm full. Hey, come on, I know you're hungry. What would you say? Please don't feel bad. I'm not hungry. Hey, come on, I know you're hungry. Okay, I'll sit. What else can I do? That's not going to create restlessness in me because you keep on saying the same thing 100 times. In fact, it makes me smile. Hey, I'm not hungry. Don't worry. I'm good. And I can tell that 100 times. He says, I know you're hungry. I'm not hungry. It's okay. Very peaceful. The tone changes automatically because that kind of reaction is not there. Obviously, in the chitta, if it is not there, how will your voice have a different tone? It will not be there. Only if there is restlessness, then the tone changes. So I am frustrated. I know it. I have restlessness. I know it. Somebody says, Vilas, you're an Arahat. Maybe he should be taken to mental hospital. Because it's not. So what if I give up restlessness? Will the frustration remain? No. If frustration is not there, then will you have anything to do with anything? No. That's it. So then the raga is gone. The frustration is because of the raga. It's a hidden factor. Why frustration? Because when Bobby asked me to supply me those suttas, or Ari, when you tell me to give me suttas, it's a pain. Because I have read it, I had to search it, I had to give it, and after that, what happens? Nothing happens. You will feel, it is there. What do you mean it is there? It was there, but you want to make your heart feel that, yeah, it is there. But my frustration is not about whether it is there or not there. What are you going to do with that? I have given a book to Bobby. 51 suttas are there on Sotapanna. And that day I was thinking, maybe I'll write something for him. So I made one web page post as well on Sotapanna. And Bobby is very happy. But if I had a manager, he would have shot me down, saying, why are you doing all these things? Did I ask you to do? Idiot. I say, hey boss, why are you? I'm supposed to help him. What? Help him what? You're given him, right? Let him do it. I didn't ask you to coach him so much. I asked you to coach him. You are coaching him so much that he doesn't have to do anything. Let him find out. What's your problem? Why are you so restless? Don't give him for another 1 week. Then I would say, he should be compassionate. Don't give me stories. Just don't give him for 1 week. Let him struggle. Show him this is the place where you can find. Let him find water. Who asked you to get him a glass of water? Did I tell you? And then this team lead will say, okay, sir, henceforth I will not do. But what, he will come to his seat and will be thinking, will be crying. I don't know what wrong did I do. My manager shouted at me. So then what does he do? Just like a normal person goes into Kamachanda, this idiot goes into jhana. And the manager comes, slaps him, saying that, idiot, when did I ask you to go into jhana? Come out from here. Work out. Okay, that's a problem. Yes, Aryu.
Yeah, I had a question earlier when you talked about this, because I was thinking these Anāgami, after passing away, they go into these Suddhavasa, right? And they can extinguish from there. But in there, they're always kind of in jhana, right? So I guess they don't necessarily have to work out from there, because after
the bhava,
yeah,
they are extinguished.
there's no condition to come back. But if you want to illuminate here, you have to work out.
Yes, exactly.
There, you don't have to work out.
Yeah. So what happens here is that that's the reason there is this pull of the samsara. Let's say Shenial becomes Anāgami. His nature changes very drastically. And I'm more interested in knowing how he would work out with his team members, because he would literally change his way of seeing things. So it would become like, why am I doing this? Okay, it's like pushing yourself.
I already start to have those feelings, I don't think I'll be able to do this.
Yeah, but you have to push yourself. Yeah, I know that, but you have to do that, because it's actually fun and also not fun. Anyway, when we meet up, I will talk to you. Anyway, we are going to be there, sitting each other and talking about it. But this is one thing I want you to go on this ride, on this roller coaster ride. And I wish when I meet you, you get into Anāgami and then we'll play together. I would be so happy that I'm playing with someone the same game together.
Would be great.
Yeah, so we can anyway, you are a gamer, so it would be fun. So we'll see whether we can have the fruit what ninja, or we can create another one called as Anāgami ninja Anāgami, Ninjagami. Okay, so
Asava ninja.
Asava ninja. Okay, so something like that, and then we can play. But basically, it will be interesting for me because now you're Sakadagami, you can invest. But once you know your Anāgami, it changes your way of thinking. It's completely upside down because you require Kamachanda to run the business and you wouldn't have a single of it. And the problem is, instead of doing meetings, you will be in jhana. It would be fun to see how you're going to do it. So I'm more interested that you get into Anāgami so that I can watch a person in action. It's good.
We'll play the game.
Yeah. Good that you're calling me, and good that I'm there, and we'll see. And if you are really in that, nice. Meaning it will be a earth-shattering event for you because you are reached so much on your material plane of existence, and then you're going to be reaching the same height in this. Hats off to you. So feels happy that you're doing both. I mean, I saw one of your video of your, what is that, Hall of Fame. So and I was looking not on Hall of Fame as your business thing, but I was looking at if you were an Anāgami, what the Hall of Fame would mean if they were to call you again for an interview of Queensland thing, and how you would talk.
Very different.
It would be
I
very
wouldn't be
different.
interested in going.
What's that?
I wouldn't be interested in going to talk.
No, it's not about you being interested. You have to play the role. You just can't drop it, but you can't involve with it. So it'll be, I don't know, it'll be nice. And then let's work it out and see. And if you get there, you will know it. It's fun. Anyway, good. All right, for everyone. And then let us meet tomorrow with Asi Visopama Sutta. Bobby, don't feel bad. I just pulled you with all of this conversation just to tell how this whole thing works because he asked me. Yeah, go ahead.
That's fine, Vilachi. If it helps everyone, you can tell whatever you like.
No,
That's fine.
it's not like that. I mean, I need to seek permission, and then I should be sure that nobody takes it in a wrong way, because that becomes a hindrance. So I don't want to add any hindrance to anyone. And then I didn't seek your permission to do so. Anyway, are you in the school, or are you with Michael?
Yeah, I'm with Michael.
Okay. Fine then. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah.